Hi everyone, welcome to this video. You are watching a bit of a two-in-one today as I want to kind of do a wardrobe architect challenge update for last month, the month of April, as well as a bit of a fashion haul video, and they're kind of interrelated because if you have been following my wardrobe architect challenge series, it is a year-long, sew-along project spanning about 12 months. It involves a lot of wardrobe, closet revamping, reorganizing, consolidating, and just really honing down on the type of aesthetic and style that you want to have in your life. And I've been doing a lot of that, been giving you guys updates since January up to now. If you are missing out on any of those videos, I will pop a link to that playlist down below in the information bar for you. But in short, I've been starting sewing some of my own clothes for spring and summer. That is in progress. But today I wanted to show you some of the, I guess, wardrobe basics that I've been shopping for in order to rebuild my closet, pretty much my selection of items, get rid of some of the things that no longer fit me or fit the image I would like to portray, and also bring in some new items. You know, that does take a bit of time. So in the past few weeks, even maybe a month and a half, I've been slowly gathering a couple things, and I want to share that with you today. So this is a bit of a fashion haul as well as an update to the wardrobe architect challenge. So I hope that makes kind of sense. And let's get going to some great stuff down here. Alright then, let's start from the bottom up with some pants. If you are petite like I am, I'm about a 5'2", but if you're 5'3" and under, in standard sizing, you're considered petite. You know that shopping for pants is such a pain. However, recently I found this great style over at Costco. Now this is from the NYGARD collection. This is in a size 4, which fits me quite well. I will have all my measurements somewhere up in this video so you can have a little reference over here. But these guys are faux zipper, so there isn't actually a zipper here. It's sewn shut, but there is a little flap. The button is functional. It opens up like this, but it is quite of a nice stretch fabric, quite solid as well. It's got the belt loop should you want to wear some belts with this. But I love the fit of this because it's a little bit forgiving at the thighs. If you have wider hips or slightly larger thighs, you'll know that jeggings often make you feel like a sausage. This one does not, and it is quite of a slim leg through the rest of the calf and the knee and the ankle. I wouldn't say this is absolutely, you know, the super tightest, skinniest jegging, but it does take that jegging look and make it more comfortable and easy to wear for the average person, I would say. So these guys also don't come up too low on your hips. It is a slightly low rise, but not too much, I would say. Back pockets right here, nice and simple. And for me, in terms of the sizing, size 4 is a good fit everywhere, but it is ever so slightly long. However, it is not so long, but I must hem them, and these work just fine with my heels, so I may just leave them as they are. I've got it in this beautiful red from Costco, as well as they do this denim black right here, also in a size 4, but the size 4 in this denim black version seems to fit a little looser, perhaps because of the incredible stretch of this fabric. The fabric is slightly different from the red and the black. They also do a white in this style, as well as a traditional denim blue. So that's from Costco. Great stuff. I believe $13.99. Then let's talk about another great Costco find. This time is a shift eyelet dress from the brand ALFRED right here. Now ALFRED I think used to also be a Zeller's brand or something like that, but they do really classic styling with a slightly modern twist without being super overly trendy. I like that this eyelet style comes in a coral as well as a white, which is more standard. They do a black, they also do a blue, so you do have some different options with your eyelet material. This is fully lined, so you're not doing any peekaboo action that you don't want to. There is an invisible side zipper right here to help you get in and out of this easily. On the back, you have a keyhole detailing with a little button up top, which is a nice, interesting, you know, little thing if you wear your hair up when you're out at the pool or at a barbecue, or you just like wearing hair up or you have short hair. You know, I like things that have some small details like this. Now for me, again, in a size 4 for this item, which is a smaller size that they do at Costco, at least the ones near me, it is ever so slightly loose fitting. It isn't too large that it looks ridiculous, but I would have done with a size 2, although they didn't carry a size 2. But what I will do, however, because the armhole I feel like is just slightly too wide and long for me, as I'm petite and I have a shorter torso, I will probably do a little DIY and just take up the shoulders a tiny bit, so then, you know, all of this would move up a little and be a much better fit for me. This is a nice one, a good find, $21.99 at Costco. Alright then, let's talk about 2 item pieces from the online web shop Sheinside. I know that many of you guys are curious about my thoughts on online web shops for clothing. I've gotten quite a few kind of emails and comments asking about what I think about them. So, simply put, and I'm going to generalize here because I think a lot of the online web shops stock their clothing and their, you know, pieces from similar, if not exactly identical factories. And traditionally what happens with these type of clothing is that a lot of the manufacturing that gets done over in Asia, especially in China, in the factories, there are different standards. So the first top quality gets sent overseas and to be sold in name brand shops, slapped on with a label from whatever brand and gets sold there. Second tier down, sometimes if they make overstock, you know, if they only needed 100 or maybe more like 10,000 and they make like 11,000, the extra 1,000 actually gets sold off on the streets, on these street markets, you know, street shops, kind of like what you would find in the fashion district in LA, for example. So that's kind of second tier down. Oftentimes anything that doesn't quite pass QC or quality control gets shuffled in there as well. So if you go to China, sometimes you go to these shopping streets and they have these stalls just set up kind of row by row. This is what I would say is the general quality of that type of clothing that you can get from online web shops from Asia. So those are my thoughts. But generally speaking, I would avoid anything that is super form-fitting, just because of the sizing issues, and also I would avoid anything that is super intricate in detail because the quality of material you can't exactly tell from looking at an online picture. And also a lot of these web shops, their online picture aren't shot by their in-store photographer. They just kind of take images from other websites or just online floating on the interweb in general, and they will sell you kind of imitation or replica items of those. So I wouldn't say that you should look for a one-on-one piece that you're getting. If you're lucky, you can find some great gems. Not saying you can't, but you know, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Those are my thoughts. So on to exactly what I chose from Sheinside. So these were 2 items that I was able to pick out and they sent over to me to hear my thoughts and opinions and share with you guys. So if you like these, I'll put the links to them down below in the information bar, but I will run you through the sizing as well as quality of these pieces. So the first one here is a double-strapped, back detailed camisole in a chiffon fabric. This is either chiffon or crepe. I am blanking out right now because it's late and I haven't eaten. But it's kind of that silky material that you would expect from a camisole of this style. I like that this is a great fit for me, and now I got the straps all mixed up. I like that this is a great fit for me because the neckline doesn't go too low, because it is a V-neck, and for those who are petite, you'll know that sometimes the styles cut for standard size people tend to be too low, and then you get a bit too much cleavage than what you wanted because your torso isn't long enough. This one fits perfectly in terms of the neckline. Although it's a V-neck, it's nothing too crazy. I don't have to wear another camisole or tank top underneath, but the arms are slightly too big for me, just because I think I ordered a size medium and I probably should have done a size small. I was worried a small would be too small for me. And another thing that you should know if you're shopping online web shops, now that I think about this, is always check their sizing guides, okay? Just because you're small in North American sizes doesn't mean that you're small in Asian sizes. So go by their standards. The website usually has some kind of a sizing chart versus what you think you are in your size back at home. So that's another tip. But this one is slightly big. I can wear it without anything underneath. I'll just put some double-sided fashion tape, tack down the armpit area, and it's fine. In terms of quality, I think it's relatively decent on the scale of 1 to 5, 1 being poor and 5 being flawless and excellent. I would rate this at a 2 or 3, so satisfactory to good. Most of the stitching is actually quite straight and relatively well done, but I do have one issue here. One part of this strap, the thread actually broke. So there is a tiny hole right here. It's not something that, you know, kills the entire piece, but this shouldn't happen, and this kind of goes to show me that quality control isn't quite there. I can fix this easily by myself, and I will enjoy wearing this, but you know, that's just my little tidbit. So there you go, this camisole from Sheinside. And then this coat, which I'm rather excited about. It is a gray speckled coat in this textured weave fabric, I guess, with little gold threads running throughout. It has a very slim lapel on the sides right here. It does have, I believe, slight shoulder pads here. I do feel something, although I can't see it. It is fully lined on the inside with a black silky feeling acetate fabric. And for those who, again, order from online shops a lot, there is actually welt pockets in here. Now, if you buy things from online web shops or direct from the factories, these pockets tend to be sewn shut, okay? And that is just what they do when they ship the item, they pack it and ship it. The pockets are often sewn shut. So if you get them and you see there's a pocket and you're like, oh, it doesn't open, take a little seam ripper or a sharp pair of manicure scissors and very carefully undo the stitching at the pocket, and then you will find there is actually a real pocket inside here. So that's another trick, just so you know. So this coat is quite light to medium weight. It is beautiful to wear with a lot of my current fashion pieces. It's very classic. It does tend to be a little bit narrow at my hips. I find maybe I just have slightly wider hips compared to the rest of me. The shoulders fit amazingly. The length of the sleeves fit amazingly. The rest of it is quite decent. And for the price, I believe this was $33 listed on Sheinside. I think this is a great find. Now, I wouldn't say this is of excellent quality. I wouldn't rate it a 5, but I would say definitely a 3 or a 4, leaning a bit more towards a 4. It's quite nice, actually. And, you know, for what you're paying, I'm satisfied. I will say design-wise, the welt pockets are a little bit high up. They're not quite functional as pockets for your hands, but they're definitely decent as pockets for your tibbets. Now, last thing I want to show you is a pair of shoes. These are part of their newly released style, I believe. Now, Forever 21 goes through stock really, really quickly. So I'm not sure if these will still be available. As I am making this video, it is still available online for $22, I think, and 90 cents. It's a very simple pair of black flats. They have this cap toe detailing. They come in a blue, black, and maybe a cream color. Has a simple elastic bow with low gold tabs at the ends. But what I really love about this pair is that it has a slight heel right here. So it's not completely a flat, but it does give you a bit more comfort, I found, with just a tiny bit of a heel over here. Quite nice to wear, and I love that there is the bound edges right here with a piping fabric or even a bias strip fabric. This prevents a lot of that rubbing that happens at the back of your heel or just around the edges if you have a bit of a bound seam right here along the sides. So I thought this was a great find, a real classic piece with a slightly bit of a detailing with the heel, which tends to be usually available only in more expensive brands, but at $21.90 for Forever 21, I think they did a good job with this. So here wraps up my haul for my wardrobe architect challenge. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you enjoyed seeing my try on over here on this side. It is a bit of a different twist. Let me know if you enjoyed this format and if you would like to see more fashion related videos in the future. Not to mention, tell me what was the favorite piece of item that you saw in my haul video and what would actually work well in your wardrobe. Leave me comments down below. I get back to you as soon as I can. In other words, take care of yourselves. I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.